All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 82 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go on, get it.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Just like that. Just like that.
2nd and 5. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. 7 yards there and a first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a...
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun on 3rd down. Ellis, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On second down, here's Mixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back to throw now on first down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Check. Lucky.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. Mixon, heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Looking to throw. Ellis. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Y'all not ready. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. So don't say nothing. 58. Hey, Sue, get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Ellis, flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Ellis. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Flushed out right. Complete. It's Johnson. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Ellis. Forced out to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Ellis escaping the pressure right. That ball complete to Isabella. And out of bounds right around the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
He's coming.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. On fourth down, Ellis. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they're going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown. Then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
Now Joe Mixon. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Ellis, he's going to air one out, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood! Shoot!
From the gun, Ellis eluding the pressure right.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Hey, Charlie!
On 1st and 10, Ellis. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 1. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing left side, it's complete. And bulldozing his way through.
Let's go, boys.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Ellis. He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it second and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Give him 32 on the play. Off play action. Ellis. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off the draw. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
91.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Looking to throw. Ellis. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. And an alley to run. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And now the kick. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
Let's go.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's 2nd and 8. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They go to Johnson again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, Ellis eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Von Bell up to make the tackle. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. That's going to be caught by Kirk. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Bravo! 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56.
Back to throw. Ellis. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Rock it. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Ellis. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Gator. Hey, echo. I'm coming. Ready?
2nd and 4. This one caught by Isabella. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Looking to throw. Ellis, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Recon, 132 fighter. Wide, get wide. Bang. Hurry. Bang. Check 43. Deep river.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Ellis being checked. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but